Okay, now that we have the framework for the 5 ways that you spend money, I now want to give you this free tool in the form of a Google Sheet. Everybody can get this sheet. You don't need special software. Just have a Gmail account and open up a Google Sheet, and I'll show you how to work it. And we want to basically marry the framework that I just gave you with how you can track this in a spreadsheet to see if you are on pace for your goals, and even some suggestions or recommendations around what you can do to turn around your situation. All right, we're back. Now, I want to walk you through this spreadsheet really quickly, and don't worry if I go too fast, because you can always just send me an email at feedback@DJHendersonSR. I'll give you a copy of this spreadsheet. I'm happy to discuss it with you if you have any questions. So let's just start from the beginning. You would obviously have income coming in, whatever your monthly gross income is. And then you're going to have these categories. Let's move myself out the way so that you can see. All right. So then you're going to have these categories of the 5 ways to spend money that we just went over, right? And what I've provided you with are some ranges, right? So what I've been seeing with my most successful clients is that their spending in their outflow, their cash out of their budget falls into these ranges. 40 to 50% of income is spent on the first 3 categories. 25 to 30% of income is spent on the current lifestyle. And 15 to 20% or more is spent on the future lifestyle. Now, granted, I already know that you may be in a different station in life than some of my clients, but these are just general guidelines to help you move your financial plan and get you moving the needle. I would say these are baseline. So if you can do better than these percentages, that's good for you. But based on the $7,000 of income, this is going to be the range that your budget outflow or your cash out should fall into. So for instance, $7,000 a month looks like anywhere from $2,800 to $3,500 going out in the form of those 3 areas: tax payments, debt payments, and giving. And let's just say, for instance, let's look at what this category comes up to. So let's say that this is a tithe of 10%, which would be $700. And let's say you had no credit card debt. Maybe you have a car note of $400. And then you had a mortgage payment of, let's call it $1,000. And you had no student loans. So now we can see, if we sum these all up, just across the bottom here, we can see that this is $4,100. Now, what we're seeing here is that for each category, we are under budget, which is a great thing. But the reason why you have the range at the top is to say, where am I in regards to the framework of how the 5 ways to spend money is regarded? And in this regard, you're over. You're about $600 over. Now, it really depends on your station in life and your situation, whether or not this is a bad or a good thing. But what I've offered is a few recommendations when it comes to being over as a category, as being over for these 3 different ways, which means that so $4,100 divided by 7,000 is a little bit more than 50%. And so what you want to kind of think of is, what ways could I get that under the 50%? So you could adjust your withholding, because it could be that you're paying a little bit too much in taxes and you may be getting a big refund. You could be putting money maybe into a salary deferral to lower your taxes, like a HSA or FSA, or even contributing more to your 401k. If the debt is an issue, you may want to consider consolidating or refinancing some of it, or paying off credit cards, using less or spending less on credit cards every month. And for giving, just setting a fixed amount. Don't let that be so whimsical. Even with giving to your church, you need to think about a certain set percentage of what you want to give. Now, it's fine to go over and above, but it doesn't need to break your budget, okay? So, and you would do this for each category of the 5 ways to spend money. The next one would be with, your current lifestyle. And you just go through this chart and fill all those in. Now, let's say you were over budget here. Let's just throw some numbers in just for fun's sake. Let's say $1,500 here, $500 here. You got a cell phone bill that's $300, and you may pay auto insurance $150. Maybe your home insurance works out to be $200 a month. And then so now you're $2,650. Now, the goal of this is to see whether or not like for category, per category, you're over or under, and as a whole. Now, there's only one bucket in this framework for current lifestyle, so you only have one thing to compare. And it looks like my spreadsheet is off. Why is it saying I'm over budget? Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I have the wrong range here. Sorry about that. So let's do this. Here we go, 2650. The range is 2100. This means that you got to find ways to stop spending so much money. Basically, we got to eat out less, maybe not go to as many movies, maybe cancel Netflix or pause it for a little bit. Maybe you can reduce the premiums on your insurance. Let's say that you have a nice, decent emergency fund. Well, the thing you want to do is reduce the amount that you're paying out every month. The way that insurance works, and we've done a separate video on this, I'll link this up in the cards. The way that insurance works is that the lower your deductible, the higher your monthly premiums will be. Well, if you had a deductible of say $500, but you got, a couple thousand sitting over in the bank, that means that you could probably afford a higher deductible, because that just means the amount of money that you're going to pay before the insurance kicks in. And you can probably afford to float some more of that deductible and get a lower premium, since you don't have car accidents every month or even every 6 months. It makes sense to reduce that. So that's another way that you can help yourself in that particular category. And last but not least would be the future lifestyle. Now, you basically just want to find ways to increase this. Any ways that you can save more than 15 to 20% of your income, the better. So that could be putting money away into a separate account or your retirement accounts with your employer, or it could be increasing those salary deferrals. There's all manners of things here. Like I said, I didn't want to go really deep into this spreadsheet. I just want to give you a very simple way, because when I was looking through all the different spreadsheets and apps and things like that, I was like, man, this is just so complex. Why not just have a framework with a really easy tool on how to get your money going the way you want it to go and working more for you? All right, so that is my simple framework for making sure that your money works the hardest for you. If you need any help with any of these spreadsheets or templates or this framework, make sure you leave me a note down in the comments. I want to do my best to help you do more with your life and money. I'm your CFP here on YouTube, helping you to make the bigger, better decision. Take care. See you later. Bye-bye.